Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TerrenceRe. Back at you with another stock market update. Right now, currently, the market got a rally, a little small update going so far. The S&P 500 is up about 1.25%, 1.25%, 53 handles. The Nasdaq is up 2%, leading the way. The Dow futures are up a whole percent, and we even got the Russell participating in the rally. It is up 24 handles. And anytime you got the all four of the major uh indices going up, that's a pretty good sign as far as if you're bullish anyway. And the bonds are down, and the VIX or the volatility is down as well. We got the VIX is down 5%, and the VIX futures are down. So, and notably, gold is beasting again. It's up almost 1.5%. If I pull up the gold chart, you can see I got it charted going up here. And I personally, I think, based on my own technical analysis, I think gold will continue to rise. That doesn't mean we won't get some pullbacks, in between. So, anytime you got to move like this, you may get a little pullback. But overall, I got a target on the gold futures, getting up to, beyond up around 2,500, and that's a long ways away. So, um, I am holding some GLD as a way to play gold to the upside. As you can see, my Fibonacci extension goes out pretty far, and so I do think that gold will continue to rise. I could be wrong, but with all the uncertainty and not only in the our market here in the United States, but global markets, period, with all the geopolitical risk, gold is doing what it does. Is You can tell by the price movement that it is a flight to quality right now. Now, with that being said, Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin is up as well. So both are making like they're supposed to. Um, so that you can tell that. And if I was to look at the U.S. dollar, let's see if we can pull up a chart of the U.S. dollar. You'll see that it is down. And right here, taking out, look like it's getting ready to take this low out right here. So with that being said, Bitcoin's up, gold's up. So that's the way you play that. I mean, the chart is literally telling you like what you can or what you should play. If you're bearish the dollar, it doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin or gold at this point. I think you're gonna get a little bit more volatility trading on Bitcoin, but you could be trading either one, and it'd be hedging your dollar or your short dollar thesis. What I wanted to talk about today is, so tomorrow, basically, we did have earnings today. Delta had earnings, but Delta, the stock itself, is relatively flat on the day. Currently, it is down 21 cents. So now, before this earnings today, you can look and see that it hit like a little down move. It was up around $40. Going into early March, and then we got a little down move here, and then pull back, and we can see that the market is kind of like in a little pattern or trading range right around from $35 to $33, bouncing around for the last 2 weeks. And so a lot of times you may think you're gonna get a earnings beat or earnings miss, and that the market's gonna move. Sometimes you can know what the earnings is going to be, and you still can't trade it. It's just one of those things. Uh, Even though the volume is really high today, you can look and see this long red candlestick right here in the background. So already today, 33 million shares of Delta Airlines stock have traded today. And let's see, yesterday, all day, looks like, about half of that. If you go a couple days back, not even a third. So you did get a lot of volume, but the actual stock itself has not moved a whole lot. Now tomorrow we're gonna get what I would say the beginning, the real beginning of the earnings season. You're gonna have the banks are gonna kick off tomorrow, and we're gonna have, let's see. Now I am on TastyTrade platform. This is the platform I like to use to do all my retail trading, or most of it anyway. And we look over here, this column right here where it says earnings at, I got it in order. So we're gonna have BlackRock tomorrow is gonna report earnings. Citi is gonna report earnings. PNC is gonna report earnings. Wells Fargo, we're gonna get JP Morgan. JP Morgan being the big one. JP Morgan, Wells, and Citi, those are all gonna be huge. BlackRock too. Um, and you're gonna get United Health Group. Even though that's not a bank, I think United is inside of the Dow, if I'm not mistaken. Someone could correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So all of tomorrow is going to be the kickoff. So we should get, if you're a scalper or a trader, you want to do some intraday trading, you should get some moves, some large moves early in the morning when the opening bell, because these earnings for these banks are going to come before the bell. So you're going to get these earnings before the opening bell. So might see some opening gaps tomorrow. Some real good intraday trading should be able to, in the S&P futures market, and maybe the Dow futures as well. Probably the Russell futures too with some of these banks. Um, One of the things that I seen that Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, he he wrote a letter to the to shareholders maybe a week ago, and you can pull it up online and read it. They're just it's he said a lot of stuff, but it was one thing that he said in there that really, I mean, you'll see it in my position that I hold. He says that he said, now this is concerning SIVB, Silicon Valley Bank. He said the recent failures of Silicon Valley Bank in the United States and Credit Suisse in Europe and the related stress in the banking system underscore that simply satisfying regulatory requirements is not sufficient. Now watch this. He says, I'm gonna skip down and go this. He says the current crisis is not yet over. And even when it is behind us, there will be repercussions from it for years to come. Now this is arguably one the most important man in banking. Um Saying that. Now you could be watching the news and they'll tell you that, hey, this isn't, this isn't that, this isn't 2008, this, that, and the third. And even he said that this is a little different from 2008, he being Jamie Dimon. But he said the current crisis is not over. This is what he said. I'll post like little clips from the letter to the community page on my channel. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I post stuff periodically out throughout the day, even when I don't do a video of stuff. So I'll post this where you can read little clips of it. He's saying that the current crisis is not yet over. And so he's saying there will be repercussions from it for years to come. So that right there in and of itself, to me, is not bullish. Yeah, I pulled out of everything else that he said. That's what I pulled out. And when you come to JP Morgan, and now let's pull up the stock, because I do have a call spread on in there, short call spread. I got a crossover right here. Now we're just going into my technical analysis. So if we look at the MACD, we got divergence, right? So we have the MACD making a high down here on the oscillator and then going lower. But we see price action continuing to go up. When I see and that's going to put me on alert to look for some type of down move. Now it broke. My moving averages crossed over. It pulled back and gave me a retest after the crossover and made a lower low. So it hit my first level on my fib extension, and now I'm looking at some more levels lower. So I do not, and that doesn't mean that it can't retrace and go up. I could be wrong, and it could go up and make a new high. I'm not. These banks are going to. They don't have to, but I'm guessing that they're going to report their losses. Silicon Valley Bank is not the only bank that had that particular issue. The rest of these banks are going to have to report on those as well. And I'm just not, I'm just basically, I'm betting that some more bad news is coming. And if I'm right, then, it will reflect in the market. And hopefully you can make a little bit of money off of it, or I can anyway. What? So I am short going into now. If we go to let's see what the option chain. I always like to. Now I could give my technical side about what I think is going to happen, but I always want to look at the market to see what's priced in. Right. So if I come up here and I go to the option tab and I look at, so you can see right here, we look at this expiration for tomorrow. Now, this is surprising to me. We only got $3.66 $3.60 something cent move priced in for tomorrow. That's it. Up or down. So that's not a real big move. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did go up a little bit. The market is saying they're not expecting a big move tomorrow. So, let's see. Let's just make it $4. This way will put you at what? 132, somewhere around in there, 132, 132.50, and then a down move to the downside to put you right around 124. So the market's saying it's not even pricing in to take out this low tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. If we were to let's take a look at Wells Fargo and Citi, and you can see right here, Wells Fargo look like it's going up, right? See, we got a green candle right here, challenging this high. So who knows? Could the market is, the market will tell you if you're right or wrong. And right here, these aren't necessarily bearish setups. If you look at this going into the earnings, it looks bullish. So what I do have a bearish trade on. I'll hold it and we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at Citi just to see what Citi looks like. Same thing. You got you got this gap here, went into this up and pulled back, took this high out. Citi look like it's gonna actually look like it's gonna run a little higher. Barring something crazy on the earnings announcement. So hey, but I still gonna hold my short position. Just looking at these though, if I didn't know anything about the banks and what was going on, those other two banks look better than this chart. This chart, looks like it's going sideways on JP Morgan to to head down and continue this down move. Let's take a look at another thing I like to do. Now, what they on the TastyTrade platform, they have something called Tasty Hourly Top Equities, and it's going to show you, the top stocks running through the platform currently. Every updates, I think it starts at 10 o'clock and updates every hour. So you can see Tesla is number one, and then GLD, which is the ETF for gold, is number two. Tesla just going sideways. If I had to guess, I I would bet that Tesla is just going to continue to go sideways like this until their earnings. They have earnings on the 19th, so that's 6 days from now. I don't know if that's what, maybe, I don't know how many trading days that is. So I ain't expecting a whole lot out of Tesla over the next couple of days until it gets earnings. And then when they get that earnings release, we'll probably get a move either way. So, if I wanted to put something on in Tesla, I would wait till after the earnings. I don't think I would try to jump the earnings. I let earnings come out, and then on that day make my move on which way I would go with Tesla. Just because you can see it's trade in a trading range, almost like it's forming like a little triangle. Put a little trend line on it and see what, if I came down here from this low, you know, I'll put something on like so, and then maybe put another trend line right here. And you can see maybe we got like a little range. Let's take this fib retracement off. So we clean that up and boom. And so you can see same thing on the oscillator down here on the MACD. Look like it's just trading in a little range, a little triangle. So one of these ways, I would say I would think that it's gonna stay like this until earnings, and then once you get your earnings call, it's gonna break one way or the other. It might not be a bad idea to wait to after earnings and then try to catch that breakout to either side, unless you want to buy a straddle. Come in here and bet on a big move. I would go 36 days, maybe buy the so you can come here and just put straddle long. It's already on long, straddle, hit go, and there you go. So you're buying the call, buying the put, and it's gonna cost you right around look like $2,800 to buy this. Now, this particular trade, if I looked at it on the analyze tab, let's analyze it, see how we would make money if we want to do something like that. Now, this trade right here, if you're looking at, let's say, bring it in some so it'd be easier to see. The thing about buying straddles is you need a big move to make money. So if it stays within this range, you're gonna lose money. But if you get it to move outside of this range, like you get a big move and it doesn't matter whether it goes up or down, you get a big enough move and you can make a little bit of money. Like you're gonna probably, let's go back to I want to see what the expected move is for 36 days. It is $25. So that would means that we need to get outside of, what is it trading? We need to get outside of um out around one standard deviation. I would say right around 215. You can see you make that's when you're gonna start making money, because you're taking a bet that you're gonna go, instead of selling the straddle, betting on the price stand within inside of an expected move or inside of one standard deviation. You buying that straddle, you need to get that move and make it bigger. You need to move outside of here. It's not a bad trade though. It's not a bad trade at all. Just because it's Tesla, and you can see right here, see this red area. This is where you lose money, and then the green area is where you make money. So you need to stop the move outside of one of these areas. You need to get it down below 160, maybe 155. Need it up here around 215, 220 to make money on it. And you got 36 days. But you're buying the option, so you are gonna have decay, but you need that move as fast as possible. And but that's something. It's not a bad trade though, if you don't know which direction you want to pick. I do want to take a look at Apple, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. Apple, Apple gave us that divergence right here, and it even gave us a crossover on the MACD. But you can see right here today, got a nice move today. Apple was up 3% on the day. Um, Now, it could just come up to fill this gap, and then let's see what happens tomorrow. So we did get divergence, but it didn't continue to go down. So let's just see what happens tomorrow when we get the earnings from the banks. Hey guys, you got something out of this. Make sure you you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, and leave a stock down in the comment section of the video of maybe what you're trading. Let me know what's on your mind. You might have a stock you want me to bring up and look up in the chart. I can chart it, take a picture of it, put it on the page so you can see, what technicals I got marked up for it. And we can go from there. Maybe you could see something I don't. Maybe I can put on a trade or something like that. With that, guys, I'm gonna be out. We'll try to come back tomorrow. Hopefully, we get some action tomorrow. Do a little scalping. And I'll come back and hit a video for you guys tomorrow. With that, I'm out. Peace.